All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night SASO Race Season 2. We have a good few runners today, an increasing amount. Every time I look at it, it feels like there's more and more. I'm joined by, and I hope this audio is working, I'm joined by In For Fun today as co-cast. How are you, In For Fun?
Hey Observer, hi everyone. Very nice. Glad to be here. How about you? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I love doing this. And it looks like the audio levels were good for you. So that's what I was worried about. But I think we're good, and a lot of players are online. I'm just going to quickly check with two more players if they're also online. Scruffy and Danny Buddha. And I guess Matty as well.
11 entrants now. Such a popular season 2 now.
Yeah, I randomly picked like the first 8 that joined, but a lot of the people that joined first usually are favorites and have finished fastest in previous ones. So chances are they'll finish and we can pop in a couple of players. I think like Daniel, I think it might just be Daniel. There might be one other player that I didn't get in, but I'm sure he'll get in at some point.
That makes sense. Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this is going to be really good. A lot of big runners. And oh, thanks Luke as well for the sub. You're too nice. But yeah, season 2. We find what was the map? I think Haven caused a lot of hiccups. I think you were actually here in one of the first like proper seasons of the whole 4 weeks for I think a trilogy maybe, or a season 2, I think, In For Fun, and we had a lot of Haven rips. It's a popular map.
We've spent a lot of time in Haven one time, so that could have been a season 2, could have been a trilogy, but yeah, always scary to end the season with that map, and I guess that will be the map which most likely decides this race.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just quickly gonna make sure that's right. Yeah, my mic should be a bit better. I was just seeing a bit of background noise, but we should be good. All the players are actually ready, and we have 15 seconds till they kick off. So, we should see our players starting in Hawks anytime soon.
I expect we'll have to change. There you go. We'll now go to Hawks Bay. Everyone else is in Hawks Bay, and I think we are starting now.
And yeah, we have a bit of variation in Hawks. It's one of those maps you can't really do too different, but we usually see either a poison or a pistol shot to the head. Of course, poison is a little bit safer. Well, it doesn't really make much of a difference as these players have practiced either scenario.
Probably as long as you get this first try, then you are looking very nicely for a start. And of course, these 2 jank shots, which can be a trouble if you don't have good aim like I do. But I think these first tries seem to be working there. Matty, Scruffy, Dunny, all getting it first try.
Yeah, looking pretty good. I'll quickly check with our other 4 players, just make sure they're all moving as well. And yeah, it's like alterations of the same painting, isn't it? All just going across the dunes. Is it New Zealand Hawks is in?
It is New Zealand.
Yeah, what a beautiful place to set the first map of Hitman 2 in. But yeah, shouldn't see anything too crazy on this first map. Oh, Moo got a big whoosh there coming out of the grass, but he knows what he's doing, I have no doubt.
Yeah, it should be just muscle memory at this point. Very tiny changes between each screen, but what matters is the green guns and all objectives complete. Just around to the exit now with that one extra distraction to just kind of a mission story, but Moody gets red guns there.
Oh, yeah, I wonder what happened there. They were just really close to the ending. He's gonna have that nasty colored timer at the top right of his screen now. I'm sure for the whole duration of this, because I know his PB is a no reset. We have Sparkles getting out. We have Zionicle and Lemon getting out. Check with our other players. Scruffy, Danny, and Maddie also out, and not far behind we have Aspect as well. So a bit of a bump for Moo, but a lot of ground to cover.
Oh my, the synchronized loading screens. Well, it is the RTA competition, so the tech will matter, but they will be happy to know that they first tried Hawks and they don't have any reset times to add for the in-game time part.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to see a good example of that RTA thing here by players going for this other variation of Miami where you don't have to watch cutscene, because insta cutscene skip and just doing this strat is faster than the 25-second trilogy attempts you would see for IGT. It's really nice to see, and I love that Sierra shot so much. Onto the moving
It's just
chair.
really nice to see these worked out. I think the shots through the is that the wall, or not sure how you just say it with the cutscene skip, which cutscene part, which Aspect is doing, but it's such a legendary shot. But either way, Sierra snipe is always just so convenient.
Yeah, actually, it's perfect to see the difference of the strats here, because Aspect was only about, I think, about 5-10 seconds behind in terms of loading, I'd hope. So it's going to be really close to see what both these strats look like. And we had a restart from Maddie. Got a bit messy there with the guard next to Robert.
People seem to be losing the green guns for just a moment, and probably even locking down Robert in the process. But as long as the door is closed, the scream shouldn't spread to any of the closest guards. And of course, the personal bodyguard all tranked. So it should be exits by Scruffy and Danny. Matty will have to restart there though.
Yeah, while Scruffy and Danny get out and Maddie and Aspect are going through theirs, we'll quickly check if any of the other players have had luck. And just as we check Zionicle rips, looks like Sparkles and Lemon are also about to get out. So similar bottom players of each screen getting out. And the top two players having a bit of trouble, just one behind. But yeah, we're on to Santa Fortuna already, which is a lot of alterations on this. We see body shots to get into the compound. We see that crazy snipe across the what you call it, the kind of mansion grounds to get Rico. It'll be interesting to see what players go for.
And definitely one of the two tough maps of the season, I would say, with Haven definitely, and can cause restarts at the end of map just as easily as at the beginning. So players have to be careful, as more cutscenes and loading screen for Aspect, but he's behind Scruffy and Danny still.
Yeah, looking pretty good for Danny right now, who I think, I could be mistaken, I think he won season 1, or it could have just been the last installment of the full 4 weeks of SASO race, because I know he won that.
We'll need a Hall of Fame for this.
Yeah. And we have Maddie getting out finally. He had one restart on Miami because of guard shenanigans, but he's out. Yeah, if we're going to see a rip, I think we're definitely going to see one here in for fun. We're going to get a couple, I'd say, because it's a very sensitive strat, especially with Rico's body lying in the mansion grounds.
Yeah, especially the end of the round will be scary. Hoping to not get a Rico bot found, and the Jorge kill. I think it's going to be a seeker shot, after that a snipe. So lots of things that you can do wrong there.
And it looks like we did have Zebulos in the race, but they joined a bit late, and it looks like they've DNF'd, so hopefully everything's okay with Zebulos. Crazy seeker from Danny.
It's a long ranger, but the body found. It's going to be big, and Matty and Scruffy also restarting.
Wow.
Both in the village.
Yeah, just as Aspect's running through the grass, we'll check with their other players. Dianthal just got out, moves about halfway through. Lemon, similar point. Lemon must be going for a different strat. He's been kind of famous for doing alterations on the expected RTA strats. He's been doing it a lot safer, and it's actually worked out for him. I think he won a season 1 not too long ago because of his safe strats, because so many players ripped that evening.
It's great to hear the different approaches in a race like this. So let's see what Lemon will do here. It's 1.5 minutes into the run, and he still has the Seeker, but it can be for Jorge, and I think it is going to be the Peekaboo, which is,
Oh, look at
from my
this.
roulette experience, is really nice, but it's also so fast that it can be SASO viable.
Moo's going for a new Santa Fortuna strat with fire on Jorge. He panicked him out of the hot, and he's going to throw it perfectly in a spot here, I think.
Just hoping that those cards just step away just a couple extra steps. Such a huge range, and obviously you only want Jorge in there. It's so close. I heard the explosion. I think Jorge is in the animation, and there's the
Wow.
exit.
I love
Amazing.
that. Yeah, that's just crazy. It's not a surprise a player like Moo has a trilogy professional world record with innovations like that, just practicing them mid-match and executing them perfectly.
Exactly what we were hoping for. We've seen season 1 being modified slightly in the last couple of weeks with the Molotov, and luckily it spreads towards the other seasons now.
Yeah, exactly. I love these alterations with the Molotov, using them in an effective way. I was about to say, Moo and Sparkle's very close right now, and I'll check for other players because it's been a while. Aspect actually looking really good as well in terms of the lead. Looks like we've 4 players, Danny being the 4th, just loading in as well. Yeah, so let's see how this is going to go for our 4 players in the lead.
Not much to say about Danny as long as he's in the cutscene. Of course, I don't really think that Mumbai would have a lot of variations. Oh, Matty and Scruff is still at the beginning of Santa. But you can see the second kill by Aspect, obviously the falling object, and then going to be the Viper or the tactical snipe.
Yeah, this
I'm not
could
exactly sure
be... this is definitely the part in Mumbai we see the most rips. It's not as likely, but it just comes down to missing one shot and not turning around the right guy for Dawo. That happens sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't fall off of the kind of balcony as well. If you look away too quickly, you got to keep him in your scope so the ragdoll actually kicks in. There's so many factors, but oh, an aspect of
distractions before the body shot, and then we'll have to do at least one more. The whoosh is filling. I think that's still green and have to be an exit. Oh, but Dawood's not dying.
oh, Dawood falls, but he doesn't die.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, no way! What just happened there?
After all this, he still gets killed. Amazing.
That literally was like delaying his death. He had a little monologue to finish, and once that was done, then he perished. But yeah, I think Aspect is a bit shocked at that. That's quite funny to see.
Good on him for not restarting after those 5 and 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's
Usually
crazy.
the first one in Whittleton. I guess we will see the other streams.
Yeah.
If anyone got the first try, Mumbai.
Looks like Danny was getting out. Just wanted to stick with him to see if he gets out, and he will. So we'll check with our other players who's getting out. Sparkle's already in the cutscene, so probably our player in the lead right now.
Yeah, you can either do a sizable cutscene or just go straight in there for a bit worse in-game time. I'm sure it's sort of similar in real time, but
yeah,
obviously different practices.
With Insta cutscene, you have to do some kind of fancy shot. You gotta do a couple of shots to the house so you can get in, and then you gotta kill Janus as he enters his bedroom and turn Gunter around with a shot. So Janus is actually just lying dead with a sniper bullet in his head in his bedroom, and you gotta just hope that Gunter doesn't find them. Of course, these players have that solved. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I wonder if Sparkles is gonna go for the pistol shot through the window to get Spencer to come out, because he's not going through the house to get that clue. It looks like he is going to go for that strat. I love this strat.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, the panic, and you can even get away with the frontal KO there, right? Because you are in the foliage and he won't see you. You can get those green guns, keep them.
Oh, and Sparkles misses the shovel. That can sometimes be a pain, because now this guard's going to be a lot closer. Janus did panic, or not Janus, Battery did panic. Yeah, and stuff like that happens.
Compromised.
Fortune for Sparkles. I think with that we'll quickly check our other players. Aspect, who pretty much in the same point, gets that Nolan kill with electrocution. Looks like Scruffy. Oh, Scruffy unfortunately DNF'd as well. Having a lot of trouble on map and just decided to bite the bullet. Totally understandable though.
Yeah, just happens sometimes with one of these maps, and Season 2 has a couple of them, so unfortunate there.
I will quickly get one of the players we couldn't get up today because of how many we had. Daniel 1RD. I'm gonna put him in place of Scruffy.
And this will perfectly work out then, because we started with 11 with 10 streamers, and after 2 dropouts we have the 8 on the 2 screens.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't work that better. Yeah, unfortunate for Zeb and Scruffy. Hopefully we see them soon again. I know that Zeb has been practicing a lot. Scruffy I can probably say the same for. I'm sure they just had a tough day.
Yeah, it can happen. It's a funny comment that, yeah, it's potential that Aspect could be winning this one. At least it's very close so far, and he's at least partially doing master strats on master maps. Of course, he's a master runner, and there is no restriction to do either pro or master, and that's just what he's comfortable with. And I think apart from one reset somewhere, couldn't even tell where, but he's been very solid so far.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually. I think did Aspect rip on Santa Fortuna? I feel like we had a lot of rips there. Although I realized one of these streams audio was very loud, but oh, never mind. It's because I have Daniel's stream open on the side.
Ah,
Would make sense. But yeah, it's really close right now. I have to say, if you look at that in-game time for Aspect and Danny, it's very close. 2-3 seconds in the difference. Can't say I'm aware of the strat that Daniel's going for, but I won't knock it till I try it.
the last thing I saw is him setting up a explosion accident for Jorge, but that was in the shed, so I think he's just going to be waiting a bit more. 6:05 now, and Jorge's moving closer with Andrea also not being down. I think it could be some sort of an accident on his strat. I didn't see the start of his run, of course.
And yeah, Aspect gets out. Danny's already into New York because he had a really fast scale. He had 59 seconds. Oh, and a rip from Maddie. Quickly check with our other players actually, because I realized it's been a bit of time again. Lemon is just near the exit. He's one of those no map mavericks as well.
Not even sure how many targets he has down. I don't see the exit to the left, so at least Jorge should be right there, unless, of course, everything is disabled for him. I think he'll still have to get Jorge if he's distracting that Coca field worker.
I will quickly check with Aspect again what he's going for. He's on bank and Danny is flying through it. Yeah, he's a bit of whoosh, but I think he's okay. He dealt with that camera already, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Has to get past his door quick enough so Fabian doesn't see him. Looks like Danny is going for this knockout to Fabian, which always scares me because there's this like Goldilocks zone where he's too close to the door and too far down the stairs, so it should be okay.
Yeah, very tight there. Matty showed us the variation of the no cutscene Littleton Creek and just emptying the house and getting the letter from there and the other 2 clues from the usual spots, and he will have a 115 to 120 to go towards scale, and I think it's still Aspect and Danny with New York in the lead.
Yeah, looking really good for Danny right now, I have to say. Almost a minute gained from the beginning of New York, because Danny and Aspect were pretty much second for second on scale. So big chance for Danny here on Haven. Maddie.
Some distractions or panic for Danny, sorry. But the stair slide, I think anything should be wrong for Danny, and just Haven remaining for him now.
And yeah, for anyone wondering as well, we're currently at 15 minutes RTA, which is crazy that Danny's on the final map of Season 2 already. And yeah.
There's the Aspect Calmer, Trank on Fabian for what should be the... Oh, it's too small for me. That should be the second key, and then, of course, the Athena ISO, so we should know what happens there.
It's looking really good for him. We have Maddie getting out of Whittleton, Danny loading in, and we still have Daniel waiting. And just when they're chopping through their map, we'll check their other players again. I think Xionical has red guns. Yeah, he had an NTK, so it was just about to restart. Sparkle's going for that quick no cutscene. Oh no, never mind. Looked like it, but it wasn't. It's actually the cutscene. Moo going for the safe one as well, actually. I did see Moo going for the RTA one originally, but he gave up on that as it was causing him a bit of trouble.
Went too close to that undercover guard, I guess, with the silenced pistol, so he spotted him, and sadly, I guess it's frustrating when the long cutscene has to restart and just wait and wait.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess we'll stick with Danny then for the duration of this Haven, because he is probably about 40 seconds away from finishing and taking first place, so let's see if he gets it. I really hope he does. And Aspect just finishing now as well, so he's in the running for Haven right now as well. Maybe if Danny rips, there'd be a chance for Aspect, but let's see if
I think that's exactly what Aspect needs, because they will be in Haven at the same time, but if Danny doesn't rip this last kill, then it's obviously his now.
It's too clean, and we already have a finish from Danny on racetime.gg ahead of the stream, so bit of delay, but yeah, he finished with a time of 17 minutes and 37 seconds RTA, which is just crazy. Probably one of our best season 2s, I think.
Yeah, once again, I would just try to think of the reaps, and I think Chet was right that Aspect had no reaps, just taking a bit long with one of the planning phases, and I don't know where Danny could have done it wrong. Less than 18 minutes for the longest season. Amazing job.
Yeah, crazy. And how many maps is it altogether? Is it like 8? Am I right in saying? Or 7?
Great question. I think it's 8.
Yeah, so 2 minutes per map nearly. It's crazy on average. Just in, out. That's including the loading as well. And setting up anything you don't set up like smuggled. So yeah, it's just crazy to me.
One Santa Fortuna reap, because I can remember the picture-in-picture Rico being found at the second half of his run, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was his one reap tonight.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. Danny just left a little note there on his racing.gg finish. 1 rip early and 1 more late on Santa Fortuna. So he probably just had a quick Miami rip or something, according to that. So yeah, we'll see.
Aspect looking strong on that second place finish. Just this last part of Haven remaining, the Tyson kill and the Ludmilla leg shot. There's a target lockdown and the headshot. And switch to pistol, or do you do it to the sniper? I don't think.
He goes for this hand shot. I forgot this is a variation that some players go for. Oh, shoulder now.
Right into the water, but green guns.
Yeah, very scary. That whole water mechanics. And we're gonna get a finish from Aspect on racing.gg. He seems like he's celebrating, but seconds down the drain.
He's less than 20 minutes on the timer, but no official finish. He could claim a sub 20 without clicking, I guess. There's the click. 19:58.
Very nice. Just barely sub 20. But yeah, very nice from Aspect. I'm sure he's really happy with that. I do think Aspect actually got 3rd place, if I'm not mistaken, in the trilogy. So not last week, the week before. Nice to see. 1st place is definitely what the expectations are now, next week.
Yeah, that's the next logical step. And he's grinding, or he's been grinding, or returning to the Master Trilogy grind. So obviously hoping to see him more on Saturdays.
Yeah, for sure. And I just realized we should use our fancy little graphics to visualize who is done. And I also realized Moo actually has DNF'd as well. Just, again, always understandable. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. So we give players the options. Just practice at the end of the day.
Yeah, lots of things going on wrong for Moo. I would like to ask about the Orson didn't load in comment. Does he just literally not load in sometimes, or I guess it's something with the Chank animation not working out? I'm curious to see what that means actually.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, Dowd fell and survived. Jane's RNG found 3 times. Sophia didn't lock down. Yeah, totally understandable.
Yeah, sometimes game just doesn't want it to happen. Hopefully for the rest of the players, it will want it to happen. Cynical finishing New York, Sparkles in New York, and Lemon will be going to scale. I want to say New York again.
Yeah, looking pretty good for Zion now, Lemon. Check with other players again. Until did Maddie actually as well. A lot of players just not feeling it today. Totally understandable though. I think that just leaves. Yeah, we can get Daniel quickly onto this screen. We do have 6 players total, and there is only 6 positions that have point value to them.
So something to play for, not just the achievement of finishing the season live, but the actual point values there.
Yeah, exactly. So every player, if they finish, will get some points at least from this.
Is it 8 for first and then 5 to 1 down?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these are
So,
4 final players, so at least we have the comfort of watching them like this.
we were following Daniel for a moment a couple of minutes ago, and I think he had to restart that Center Fortuna, setting up Andrea, and then didn't get the kill gear, which I can mostly assume that would be a taser in a puddle, because that's the kind of strat I remember from the past, just waiting for her to die. Instead, he
Yeah.
had to restart there and just a bit of waiting now.
So by the looks of it, it seems Zionical is our leader, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, then we have Sparkles, then we have Lem, then we have Daniel.
Yeah, adjacent maps, but not the same, and I think Daniel will forfeit now as well.
Ooh, a lot of
Just Center
players.
Fortuna proving to be tough.
Still don't, for Zionical, could finish any moment now.
Strong third place and strong time on the line. And just those two kills remaining, which I think so far the 2 finishers have been perfect on Haven, so let's hope for this Chief to stay alive.
And yeah, you can see the confidence in Zionical there when he does that shot.
And we have the finish 23:49, so sub 24 minutes for the longest season as well.
Yeah, exactly. Zionical also getting out, taking 4 points because of that. And what I might just do quickly is, did this last time, just a bit more visually pleasing to watch.
Oh, perfect. Well, I guess it's kind of head to head, but the 2 streams remaining.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, we always stick with our last player just for a while, just in case. But it does look like Lemon and Sparkles are getting through it pretty quick. I think we're still going to get sub 30 from both of them, unless something unfortunate happens.
Yeah, not a lot of finishes, but those who are looking really great so far, and we might have someone on Haven continuously, because now Zionical has been switched with Sparkles, and then when Sparkles finishes, we will have a Lemon very soon after. Hopefully.
I'm going to quickly update the scores for us when we're watching these final 2. You
can see Lemon changing up on the meta strat, going to the basement. Curious to see where this one goes. This will be, I think it's chloroform flask. I think the terminology can change, but yeah, he will be sedating this group of people, and I wonder if this means data core strat. I'm not sure. Is that ever seen in SASO races?
I do think it could have been Lemon that we saw do. Somebody might have done several. I might be misremembering though because of just so much or going on all the time. But I wouldn't be surprised if we did see it once.
That's great to see though. I'm curious what kind of time we end up seeing here, because I guess it's minute 30 when the core will be acquired, and then all the way up. I mean, not necessarily all the way up, right? Because you could do the launch. Will we see the Molotov launch?
Yeah, true,
Or
maybe.
is that too optimistic too? to imagine in a
You never know.
real-time scenario. I don't know.
It looks like the scores are all ready anyway for when we do get to those.
Don't want to get ahead of myself, but it is good to see the data core for the first part at least, and Sparkles will have to had to restart once. Starting, or I was looking at Lemon when the restart happened, so
I caught it.
Tyson, could be Ludmilla.
It was actually the Ludmilla got the shot from Ludmilla, but the guard kind of had the information somehow and instantly went red guns once he tried to climb up onto that little pier. Just unlucky for Sparkles.
Yeah, so close.
Yeah, he definitely has the strat down. It's just a matter of time until he gets it for sure. You get bullet impact notice, which isn't always a good sign for Tyson. I think Sparkles realizes that, looking at Tyson, see if he locks down, and he does.
Yeah. Tyson has to stay in position if he... That's two states, either sitting down at the right time or basically panicking and going for target lockdown.
I think that first shot is to get one guard away, and then the second shot is to get another guard away, so Tyson actually goes to the projector room by himself. So when you shoot that shot to stand him up, you're getting him to stand up so you can see his head and you can pop him. And luckily no guards will be in there if you pulled off those shots correctly. Of course, Tyson can't hear any of them, otherwise it's a lot tougher.
Yeah. Lemon made it up to the executive floor. And it's 2 KOs down and just the one remaining with Athena. But I think he's going to wait for her cycle at least to let her out. The door was closed, so yeah, it's just a briefcase lure so that or not exactly a lure, but the guard should see the briefcase and then we'll investigate. And there we go, we can see the last KO and the kill.
Yeah, very nice from Lemon. And like we were saying with alterations, it's nice to see a player get the data core for a change. It's always refreshing.
Yeah, way under 4 minutes, first try. For a map that is not a lot of killing, but a lot of infiltration, I think it's still very solid. That should be the Tyson kill and the Ludmilla leg shot, but first try doesn't kill her. Need a couple extra, but... Oh, red guns at the end.
Lemon actually catching up. He wants those 3 points. The Sparkles now.
With Lemon having the first load into Haven, I think there will be some in-game time advantage or difference, but it is going to be a really close Haven now for this 4th place.
We do also have, as I always say, I feel like I always say this, we have TS running as well, but of course he doesn't stream, but the fact he hasn't pressed done yet is a pretty trustworthy trait of his. So hopefully we see TS finishing soon, if he's listening.
The poke has been seen by Lemon, so has to restart, giving Sparkles now a 30 to 35 second lead.
Yeah, I don't know if we saw a distraction shot from Lemon before that poke, because you can get away with it doing those shots. I remember the first time I saw this strat, I tried it and I poked it and I was like, oh, why is everybody doing that shot? You can just get away with it. But of course, consistency is all that matters in this. That doesn't work.
Now the GRB.
Yeah, unfortunate there from Lemon.
And this will actually tie up the race for this 4th place with Sparkles another restart after... I want to say it was Tyson again, unless I'm skip 15 seconds again in my mind.
Yeah. Oh, Sparkles gets it. For a second I thought he panicked Steven. I don't know why. I think I was looking at Lemon too much. He did get it though. Yeah, it's crazy. You don't see many players have issues with Ludmilla. I know it's a common issue with some people, but not this common. Like, Skulls a rip for him 2 or 3 times. I didn't realize it was that what's the word? Like, recreatable. by players.
Mm-hmm.
There must be some key factor to it.
Just one extra step that is overlooked or just sometimes not exactly figured out. Lemon with the variation here as well. Of course, we'll see Sparkles do the briefcase throw, and is that going to be lethal for Ludmila? There we go, Lemon with the second kill, but back to red guns and hunted.
Yeah, such a sensitive kill. Here we go.
Even with their huge Ryokons, and sorry, the target lockdown just spreading so far, and like the action. Oh, and Sparkles.
Yeah, that's frustrating for Sparkles. I feel the pain right now. And we did get a finish from Tiesta, which, as I said, definitely a trustworthy finish. The time of 32 minutes. Let's check their little note as well. So 33, baby. Yeah, GG's Tiesta. Good job.
Yeah, very well done there. Lemon's variation brings them down to this laundry area for a hidden stash. I'm not exactly sure what's that small item they're bringing.
Okay, so
for Tyson, no doubt.
Danicle's saying Sparkles is throwing, I'm guessing, the briefcase too high of an arc and from too close, and that's not far enough to the right, so it's causing just little things to go off. So I know some people do like a distraction for the guard. You kind of shoot the top of that pillar on the pier. Well, did Lemon get away with that? He did.
Looks good. It's just so scary for those 5 seconds after, but now it has to stay green. And yeah, just the Tyson kill remaining, and that's the silenced pistol that Lemon's got.
Yeah, it's really nice from Lemon right now. I'm not sure what's the timing for the peekaboo, the Tyson binoculars peekaboo.
Good question. It's in the high 1 minute, so it could actually be very similar to this, and Tyson is very close there.
And yeah, we are going to see it.
And exactly. Nice call.
Oh, Sparkles again, missing too many shots on Ludmilla. Hitting that bulletproof water instead.
But I'm not sure if Lemon got the peekaboo there. Now with the card out of the way, you can see the question mark. Why it goes away immediately.
Yeah, he needs to hold it.
Of course, it's risky to stay in that position for too long because you're not only whooshing Tyson.
Oh, and
so many Villa guards nearby.
Lemon gets it. Now it's just a waiting game to get this potted plant as he comes out the door. People like hot tub for falling object. This is the real falling object. You should do for Tyson. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and once Tyson is out, I'm not exactly sure what the Q will be, but it's a big object that is going to fall on Tyson for the last kill of Lemon Season 2. Nicely done.
Yeah, very nicely done from Lemon. Like we said, slow and steady, but yeah, so nice. I love these variations on strats and how consistency prevails over the fast ones.
Yeah, I personally love to see the meta strats with the small variations by 6 or more people and just see who does what differently. But the entire different strats by Lemon is just fascinating to see today.
Yeah, for sure. And get Sparkles up. All big and nice. And I'll add those 3 points to Lemon on the scoreboard. I gotta swap around some scores again.
And Sparkles has to restart again, just really unfortunate. I've never done this, so it would be really weird for me to criticize this throw or anything. It does feel a bit different with the arc. Just it's promising to see Ludmilla down there a lot of the time, so I don't think it will take long for Sparkles, and hopefully it will be this run in particular that gets him to the finish line.
Yeah, it's almost there for Sparkles. He's so close to getting it. I really do hope Ludmilla sorts out her business and just accepts it. Yeah.
Yeah, we need her to cooperate.
Yeah, I guess to a certain point you'd almost think maybe he should just bring something that just would deal with Ludmilla a different way. Even like get a breacher in and just pick up her propane and run over and just pop it.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm just trying to think. I mean, it would add some time, but just to get through the race itself, I think it's a good point there.
Oh yeah, there's probably issues actually. I was saying Tyson probably gets found if you leave him for too long, so probably wouldn't work. I just realized this, I haven't actually tried it. There's probably a lot of timers running when you kill Tyson.
Yeah, it's these chats work together, like the 3 kills work together so nicely. If you change up one of them, it can be tricky for the other two to work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm really hopeful now that Sparkles gets it. I'd love him to get those 2 points, finish it off. So unfortunate as well. I always say this as well at the end of races, that it's always one map catches one person, and it's just too much. Like Sparkles just happens to be one of the people that didn't DNF that was having trouble. And it's always commendable sticking to your guns, trying to sort it out.
Yeah, and we always see players end up getting stuck on one map and just don't talk about the fact enough that the other 7 maps, right, of the season went so well for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in general.
Because I would be curious to see the time invested on. Oh, didn't realize Sparkles had his mic on. Didn't sound too happy.
Oh no.
Ludmilla didn't seem to go for the briefcase that time. Yeah, we'll stick
Yeah.
with one or two more attempts with Sparkles, then I'll just show people the scores just in case, because I know people are busy and they don't expect them to stick around too long.
Steven has been no problem, of course, with this distraction shot. Tyson and Ludmilla both have caused multiple restarts, so just these two parts have to work together at the same time, and hopefully we'll see that last finish.
Yeah, I do hope so. That was a weird glitch there. I noticed on when players are playing Haven that they zoom in at that sign to shoot it and they get like a white flash on their scope. You can't actually see. Oh, it's Sparkles again. Definitely not happy with that. Yeah, I think with that, I'll quickly show the scores for people while Sparkles is trying to deal with that Ludmilla debacle. I think this should be it. I'll move it over just a tiny bit. And there we go.
Well, damn.
Yeah, Danny getting season 1 and season 2. So he got 8 points from both of them. Edzanical taking the exact same spot as well, 3rd place both times. Scruffy got 2nd place last week. DNF today, unfortunately. Aspect didn't take place in season 1, but did finish 2nd today and took 5 points for that, already bringing them up to 4th. Joined 3rd, actually. Lemon getting, 6th place? Actually, I just realized, for anybody wondering what the positions are. Look at this.
Nicely hidden. Perfect.
We had Zebulos finishing in 4th place in season 1 and DNFing today. Moo finishing in 5th place season 1, DNFing today. And then Sparkles could get 2 points today, which will technically keep him in the same position, but will be joint 7. Then we had Papier, I think was in season 1, DNF'd, but he wasn't here today actually, so I can probably just take him off the leaderboard. But yeah, Danny just rolling, as the chat is saying. Quite crazy.
It's a nice and close season from 2nd place down, because Danny's just been dominating. Still a lot of points to get though, as I really hope this is it for Sparkles.
Bit higher, Sparkles, please. Oh my god.
This is it.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Perfect timing, Sparkles. Yeah, really nice. I will update the the score for Sparkles, but I don't need to show you anything new. Sparkles would stay in the same position. He just happens to be sharing that position with Moo now. But yeah, what a nice finish to it all. I'll check what that final time was. It's 41 minutes, 19 seconds. And for anybody wondering, it was 17 minutes, 37 seconds from Danny. 2 seconds under 20 minutes for a Spectacore. Zionicle with 23.49. Tiesta with 32.17. Lemon with 35.13. And Sparkles, like I said, 41 minutes and 19 seconds. So yeah, really good run. A lot of close ones, especially the top 3 players really gave a run for their money.
Barely any restarts from the top players, and naturally, no one's really getting stuff for multiple maps, just even being this troublesome at the end for the last 2 players, but generally a really strong week. And I mean, as expected, this is now how many weeks into the Saturday system. Just really nice to see those time get lower and lower.
Yeah, I think we went through, I think, 3 installments of SASO race now, if I'm not mistaken. So this would technically be the 14th week of SASO race, which is actually wow, that's actually crazy when I put it that way. I could be wrong. This could be the 3rd installment, and that would only put us at 10, but that's still crazy. It's been going for at least 2.5 months to 3.
We've just started this, and now you're going to say that more than 10 weeks have passed. Crazy.
Yeah, quite mind-boggling. But yeah, what did you think of Danny and Aspect and Zionicle there? What do you think they did well and what they did bad, if they did anything bad?
Oh, it was just such high quality race, and I think we did end up, Dan did say the one early restart and the one significant one. Basically a perfect season 2, which is just amazing to see. And Aspect mixing up or using the Pro and the Master sets to his advantage for a very strong sub 20 run is just a great race to see between the 2 of them.
Yeah, exactly. And I just saw Sparkles in chat, and I also saw Sparkles no, I hate Haven so much, Lamau.
Oh no.
Don't say that to me, Tiesta, that this is the 5th month. There's no way, right? It couldn't be. That actually is crazy if it is. No, it has to be at least 4th. If it's 5th, I give up, because that actually makes me feel old.
We've been here forever. Or you've been here forever.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see. And like people were saying, I mentioned months in recordings, it's the 5th. Yeah, maybe. I'll take your word for it.
So that's 16 plus 2, that's number 18, or Saturday number 18 then.
Bruh, that's crazy. Yeah, I think we'll leave it at that then. I'll leave the score up for people wondering again. We head off, and then I'll head to the thanks for watching screen. Leave the music play out, because you all know you're here for the music. But yeah, I think we'll have a good few runners again next week for season 3, and thanks as well for fun, because I did hit you up 5 minutes before the stream and asked if you wanted to join, and you did, so fair play to you.
I can't say no to an offer like this. It was a great race, and just in general awesome to see very high participation. Was it 12 runners? Keep it up, guys. Great run.
Yeah, I think you're right. 12, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I do think we had 12 at one point. There's 11 entrants, but I feel like we had a couple of dropouts. But yeah, amazing race. That's the scores for everybody wondering. I'll head over to the thanks for watching screen now then, and thanks everybody for watching. We'll raid somebody after about 20-30 seconds if anybody's online. Maybe Gordy with his Spider-Man, if he's still gaming at that. Yeah.
Sadly not, I don't think.
Actually, yeah, I think we'll bring you over just to Spectacore, who just came off of his race since he is online. Yeah, I'll leave the music playing. Thanks everybody again. And we'll catch you next week for season 3.
Bye.
Oh, that's not good.